straightaway, please. Hao Ching on the 3. Pacho on the 4. Clinton on the 5. Hey, Phil, what happened to that dominance over Clinton? He's starting ahead of you. Phil Phillips on the 6. Cedric off track already. He'll be joining us on the number 7. All right, guys, grid looks good. Turn marshals, be alert. Drivers on the tone. All right, pretty clean start so far as they come across the stripes. Looks like Vargas going to get away, followed by Sarnell. Then you got Mr. Podium into the number 3, followed by Pacho, the honorary Filipino for the weekend, Phil Phillips, and Clinton. Uh-oh, Hao Ching upside down on his lid. Gonna surrender. Oh, he gets around Vargas. Now Pacho's gonna be closing in on that back bumper of Vargas. All right, guys, do your best to keep the driving clean. Good line so far. I will do my best to call out any stop and goes or driver or track infringements. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Hao Ching and Vargas, you guys are doing a great job so far. Meanwhile, out front, it is Bob Sarnell, followed by Hao Ching and Vargas. We're only going to be taking one single transfer into that 25-minute main event. Right now, Sarnell throwing down a 19.9 personal best so far in this main event. You got Hao Ching running tires from about 6 months ago in that number 2 spot. I bet he didn't change tires all weekend. Then you got Vargas in the 3. Phil Phillips up into the 4, followed by Pacho and Clinton. Clinton not happy with Phil. Phil participating in some illegal secret test session. He's got his car dialed in right now. He's up in the 4th position. That little secret test session held by Phil is doing good. He's out here in the 4th position. This is only his 2nd time on the track all weekend. Little bumping and banging between Hao Ching and Sarnell. Somehow Hao Ching taking over the lead with a 19.3. And Vargas, your top 3 right now going around the paperclip, getting ready to come around that carousel. It is Mr. Podium out front, followed by Sarnell and Vargas. Those 3 drivers right there vying for that one and only transfer spot into the A main event. Oh, Vargas, little snap oversteer on that right-hander, getting it wrong. Careful, Filipino. Careful, Filipino. Those are your leaders. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, up front, we got Hao Ching throwing down a 19.4, crossing the stripes, this time by with a 19.1. Sarnell goes 19.6 to a 20.7 for Vargas. Your top 3 cars starting to distance themselves from the back of the pack. You got Pacho right now showing in that number 4 spot, followed by Phil Phillips and Clinton Smith bringing up the rear. 3:30 down, 11:30 to go. Your leader, the white car with the orange bumper on the front. A lot can happen. We got a lot of racing ahead of us, guys. A lot of racing ahead of us. 11:15 to go. Somehow, I think Vargas got around Sarnell. Vargas with an 18.8. Wow, he is moving in a hurry. Pacho throws down to 19.3. He's moving. He is one lap down to our top three. And you actually got Phil Phillips on the same lap as Pacho. Wow, careful on the back straightaway, guys. Got to get that car on the other side. Other side of the straightaway, guys. Go wide on the back straightaway. Wide on the back straightaway, guys. Wide on the back straightaway. Let's turn it around, blend in nicely. Thank you very much. Track is clear. Oh, Clinton's dragging something. Clinton's definitely got something broken on the back. Oh, right front, out, Clinton. Definitely wasn't going to get around the track too fast going with that. So let's go ahead and pick up our leaders. It is Hao Ching coming in front of the driver's stand. Vargas not too far behind him, about 1.2 back. Then you got about 3 seconds for Sarnell. Sarnell actually made a huge gain on Vargas that time by, but Vargas down that back straightaway, he's got a full head of steam. I think between first and third, he's the only guy out there with a modified motor. Sarnell's car is really good on the right side. He pushes like a dump truck around that carousel. Pacho 19.2, new personal best for Pacho. White, yellow, and blue. Looks like Vargas starting to creep up on the backside of Hao Ching. I know all my A main drivers have got an interest in this race, wanting to know which one of these guys is going to make the trek all the way into that A main event. Right now, the gap between first and second, coming in front of the driver's stand, is 0.8 of a second. Hao Ching, Mr. Podium out front. Oh, look at Vargas, stop. Stop, go. Vargas, that is not a way you set a good example of being one of, keep going, Gar. Oh, that's much to the relief of Mr. Hao Ching. Stop and go issued on Vargas. He served it, penalty served, and underway the top two cars go. Remember, guys, do not cut the track. Do not cut the track. I do have extra eyes on the track. Now Ching's up on the driver's stand saying, "Tapiak, tapiak." Here comes Vargas with a full head of steam. Hao Ching, you better use it if you got it. I think Vargas has got some new tires. He made up a ton of ground on that lap. Vargas gets a little squirrely coming out of Christmas stocking. Somebody upside down. That was Pacho right in front of our leaders. Oh, he slows up Vargas. Everything Vargas gained, he gave it back. Bob Sarnell, you set your personal best, 19.1. All right, Mr. Phil Phillips, you got your hot runner right on your 6 coming up down the back straight. Wow, Phil, that is not a left-hand turn. That is a right-hander. Somebody's got to teach Phil Phillips between lefty loosey and righty tighty. Not sure why you went left right in front of Vargas. All right, top two cars right now going into the sweeper gap as they cross the line is down to 1.7 seconds. Only one of these guys is going to make the transfer. All eyes on those two cars as they, oh, Hao Ching gets it wrong. Coming onto the straightaway. Vargas loops it coming onto the straightaway. That almost looked like Verstappen in qualifying coming onto that straightaway as he crossed the start-finish line. So now we got Hao Ching back out front. Vargas in the number 2. It was just under a second as they crossed the stripes. I'll give you 2 tires over the white line. If not, you're going to do a Perez on you and have you lap disqualified. For those of you that watched F1 qualifying last night in Abu Dhabi, I think half the field had their laps disqualified from a turn 1 incident. 6 minutes to go, driver, 6 minutes to go. It is a 19.4 for Hao Ching, 19.9 for Vargas. Let's see what Vargas can do. The gap right now up to 1.2 seconds between Hao Ching and Vargas. Both those guys, I feel it. Somebody up on the driver's stand is shaking because I can feel it. I got my knee on the hitch. Somebody up there shaking their leg. 5:30 to go, drivers. 5:30 to go. Sarnell now working on the backside of these guys. We got a 3-car breakaway right now. All 3 cars on the straightaway. You got the white car with the orange front up front in the number 1, followed by Vargas. He's got the high contrast Tony the Tiger paint job going on the Vargas mobile. Bob Sarnell running that all white Corvette in the number 3. Quickest car that time by on that previous lap was Mr. Bob Sarnell. Let's see as they check the times this time by. Once again, Bob Sarnell 19.1. Everybody else 19.8 or 19.5. Keep an eye on that Corvette. That guy is moving. He just loses it in that carousel, that left-hander. He's got to take a different line or something. 19.3 for our leader, 19.3 for Vargas. Here comes 19.3 across the board, top 3 guys, 19.3. You got to go 2.8 seconds back between Hao Ching and Sarnell. That is how close. This is going to be a tight race right here as Vargas closing up on the back bumper. It's a 19.4 to an 18.7 out of Vargas. Guys are separated by about 10 feet as they come in front of that front chicane. Getting ready to come around that carousel, through the carousel. They go. No harm, no foul. Referees are watching the top 2 guys. Sarnell wanting to be part of the mix, letting those guys mix it up. Do not cut the track, guys. Do not cut the track. Oh, look at that. Vargas, he thought about it for a minute. He had the brake check, lost a little bit of ground. He knew it. If I was watching Vargas. He was ready to cut that track. 3:30 to go. 11.5 minutes down. These guys are running pretty much nose to tail. 1, 2, and 3 down that back straightaway. Wow, Phil. Sorry, that's not Phil. Vargas, or Hao Ching swings out wide through the sweeper. Somehow Vargas does not capitalize. Sarnell, you just set a personal best, 18.8. Wow, good lap for Sarnell. We're coming up on 3 to go. These top 3 guys are in a freight train going down that straightaway into the sweeper. Crossing the stripes, a 19.4, 19.5, and another 18.9 out of Bob Sarnell. Quickest car right now is going to be that white Corvette of Sarnell. We know he's only taken 1 position into the transfer. Wow, booking on the back bumper down the straightaway. Big difference in a motor between Vargas and Sarnell. That is the difference between modified and stock. Here we go, 2:30 to go. Somebody upside down. I can't see what happened. Might have been Sarnell because he's lost the bumper of Vargas. Not enough room for 3 cars to go side by side through that front chicane. It's not intended to be a straightaway. I know these guys like to straighten it out as much as possible. We're coming up on 2:15 to go, drivers. 2:15 to go. Hao Ching looking comfortable out front. He's got a 1.8 second gap over Joe Vargas. He's got the high contrast Tony the Tiger paint job on the Vargas mobile. Inside of 2 to go. Hao Ching, 19 that time by. Vargas has smoked his tires, 20.8. Mr. Podium comes through once again. His time is winding down, starting to stretch his lead over Vargas. Looks like Vargas has cooked him. Yeah, he's cooked his tires. Trying too hard. We got about 1:30 to go, guys. 1:30 to go. All right, Mr. Phil, thank you very much. I know Phil doesn't want to mix up with our leaders. Wow, 18.6, quick lap of the main event right there by Mr. Bob Sarnell. All right, 19.7 for our leader. Slowing down a little bit, he's pacing himself. Vargas has cooked it, 21.8. Doing everything he can to hold on. Vargas on a budget. I know he's on a budget. Probably not using anything fresh as far as tires. But then you got to look at Hao Ching as an example. He's probably got the same set of tires on all season long. "25 seconds to go, 25 seconds to go. Hao Ching is gonna bring it home one more time around the carousel with 10 seconds to go. He may get around.
7, 6, 5.
He does. This is gonna be the victory lap for Hao Ching. Oh, Vargas, you did get through. Keep going, Vargas. Parnell, you did get caught.
Phil Phillips done.
All right, all eyes on Hao Ching as he takes his victory lap down that back straightaway. One final time across the stripes. Hao Ching brings it home in the win, and it is our transfer to that 25-minute A main event.
Joe Vargas.
Good job, gentlemen, across the board. Top three guys, very close, guys. Very close top three guys. All right, guys, we're going to take about a 2-minute break, guys. 2-minute break before we move into the next race.